In this question of the HSE workbook, they actually give you the exact measurements, but I'm going to help you to even draw this if they do not give you the correct measurements. All right, and they've given us an area here to draw on, so we're going to get started right away. So first things first, we have to read the question. Now on the top here it says that we have to copy this given figure. It is a M22 bolt. All right, so I'll be making some notes here and I'd like you to follow with me. What does a M22 bolt mean? What does that 22 stand for? What does it represent? Diameter, that is correct. Okay, so that is in fact the shaft of this bolt, right? That is the 22 millimeters that they refer to, and that is the base measurement for this entire drawing. Okay, waarvoor staan die M22? Hy 22 staan vir diameter, en dit is in regte die diameter van daai skag van die bout. En dit is die basis diameter wat ons gaan gebruik in hierdie hele tekening. Okay? So base diameter, we're going to call this D. And you can make these kind of notes as you continue. That is our diameter here. All right. Alright, how do we start this off? We're going to start off with a center line roundabout in the middle of your actual drawing. We're just going to make sure your drawing is lined up. And we're just going to do a center line going all the way from the top to the bottom. Okay, and we're going to be using that base diameter to get this drawn. You have this, so take a note of this. I'm going to zoom in a bit because I want to help you to really see what I am drawing. I'm going to zoom in here so you can really see clearly how this proceeds. Okay, so there we are. On the top here, we're going to just get a center line. We're going to do a top view as our auxiliary view. So ons gaan begin hier bo met 'n hulpaansig wat 'n bo-aansig is vir hierdie bepaling van die tekening. Okay. And now there's a formula that you have to know. If you look at what is given here, they don't tell us the size of this bolt head, all right? But there is a formula that we're going to use. Can you guys remember what's the formula to determine the size of this bolt head? Who remembers? Almost? 0.7? No. 1.5 times diameter. So I'm going to show you this. To get the diameter here, we're going to go 1.5 times D. One of you that has a calculator, quickly help me take 1.5 times 22, and that is how much? 33 millimeters. That is the diameter. So we're going to half that. We're going to sit with what, 16 and a half. All right. So we're going to come back here. We're going to set our ruler. Take our ruler and set it on 16 and a half millimeters. All right, 16 and a half exactly. And we're going to draw a construction circle here. In construction, right, easy enough. Then we're going to take our 30-degree, 60-degree triangle. Now they say here in the instructions that we have to show all construction and auxiliary views must be shown. Insert labels for all various parts. And they want us to see 3 sides of this bolt head. Okay, so if we come back here, what do we have to do? We're going to start here at the bottom with a tangent line, konstruksielyn, aangrensende lyn daar. I'm going to take my triangle at 60-degree triangle and I'm going to draw another tangent. Okay, construction, going to flip that. Same on this end at 60 degrees, and on top here. Okay, so auxiliary view. Yes, young man.
Did you do the diameter? Did you do the radius of that circle? 32?
Yeah, it's so the cross flat distance here. I'll make a note for you. The cross flat from this. Let's wait. If I would have a line going from this side to that side. Alright, that diameter, well, it's the same diameter all around, but we call this the AF distance. AF, and that is diameter 33. Okay, diameter. Sorry, I haven't done all the lines to have this neat, but I just wanted to. The across flat distance is 33. In Afrikaans is dit die OA, oorkants afstand. Okay? In Afrikaans het dit been O, nou praat ek Engels. OA, oorkants afstand. English, across flat. It's from this flat surface to that flat surface. It is diameter 33. And where did I get that diameter 33? I took the 1.5 times D. Happy? Jy moet nou by wees. Where did I get the D? It is the M22. I'm taking that 22 and I'm timing it by 1.5. That is the standard. It's not something that I've thought out. It is a SANS standard when we're drawing a top view of that bolt. You must know it. If I wake you up in the middle of the night, you have to know that to calculate this circle diameter, 1.5 times D. Okay? Yes. Oorkants afstand in Afrikaans. Oorkants afstand, AF in English. Something else that's important. Where is this hexagon that I'm constructing? Is it on the inside of this? Is it on the inside? Because that's what a lot of kids do. They draw that line here. It is on the outside of that arc. Yes or no? Is julle by? Aan die buitekant van daai boog. Alright. Once you've got that, we're going to start projecting each one of these corners. We're going to project downward. Okay, so you can just take a construction line. Going to go down. Those should line up. Construction line down. Construction line down. Construction line. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you see what I'm doing here. From each one of them, we are going to zoom it out. Okay, happy? Nobody sad? There we go. And you can take this all the way to the end here. Just in construction. Okay. Alright, now we can use the measurements that they've given us. If you look here on the side, they actually tell us that's 16, then 83. So, just below this, you can start with your first construction line, just in construction. And then it says 16. So, we're just using the measurements that's given here. I'm going to actually tell you what are the formulas for this. So, don't worry too much about that. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to zoom in. I'm using the measurements that's given here to just draw the key measurements on this. Now, let me zoom in. I want to make sure kind of see still here what's going on. Okay, so there's the top of it. There's the bottom. Then I've got my diameter. That is 83. All the way to the bottom. All right. Alright. Okay, can I continue? So we just have the bottom line. This line here is this line. It's in construction. And these two lines here are in fact this. Okay, how do we now create the head of this? I'm going to zoom in again for you to see a bit more clearer. So here's the construction method. From this outside corner, we're going to do a 60-degree angle in construction from this outside. Okay, to the center line. We're going to flip that the same on the other side. Construction line. And I'm going to go from this corner to this one, keeping it the same. Just flip it again. Okay, is that clear enough for you to see? That should be where you are at the moment. Then, the points that I've determined now is this point, that point there, and that point there. So using my compass, I'm going to set, first of all, the big radius. Look at where that pencil goes to. Do you see that? Kyk waar is hy potted punt van my passer. Touches the center. And I'm going to just draw it across to where it touches that first line that I've drawn. Okay? That's the first arc. We're going to do the second one. It goes here. Again, it lines up with the top there. Okay? And they should meet on this side all the way to where it meets this line. Okay, try not to go over that line. This side's going to be exactly the same, or should be the same. So just look here where I stop. I actually stop on that line. We'll see. I'll show you now why. Okay. Sila by. Nobody's got a question. Almal by and almal bly. Happy? You keeping up? All right. Now I'm going to go with my triangle, and I'm going to add a 60-degree line on this end here, from the outside to the top. Maybe this one you'll see it a bit clearer. That's why I stop there, because the tangent line, raak line, now I take it to the end there. Do you see that? And then I have a line running across from this line all the way across to this side, and they should all neatly form the top of that bolt head. Happy chappy. All right. Now I can go, and from each one of these, I'm going to draw a line down. 1, 2, and it's nice and dark. It's solid, clearly visible. 3 and 4, and I'm going to do the bottom as well. There we've done exact replica of the given bolt head. Any questions on this process? It's the simplest that you can draw it. It is a must that you're able to draw it. You can't draw this with a stencil come the final exams, or any exam for that matter. If you have a stencil that you can do this with, take it and throw it away. All right. What about the rest of this? Let me zoom out so you just see what we're still dealing with here. We actually have this shaft now, but they only give us this 83. How do I determine the rest of these measurements? And I'm going to help you out with that. Okay. So the first thing is that this distance here, from here to here, is 2 times M. Now, M is in the sense 22, right? So it is in fact 2 times 22 in this instance. If this was an M18 bolt, that would have been 18. If this was an M24 bolt, that would have been 24. Nee, remember the diameter is just in the place of M. Okay? So die formule om hierdie skag te bepaal van hierdie lyn na daai lyn is 2 maal M. En M in hierdie geval is 22. So ek sê 2 maal 22. Maar as dit 'n M18 bout was, dan was dit 2 maal 18. It's just to get that height. So 2 times M is 44. I'm going to try and keep it like this, and you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to go here, and we're going to add 44, 10, 20, 30, 44. Alright, and you're going to do your line all the way through. Alright. Happy? Now, what about the thickness of this thread? Who can remember what is that formula to determine the thickness of that thread? So, I'm just going to help you out. It's this thickness here we want to determine. What is this? And there is again a formula. It is 0.1 times D or M. So, it's 22 in this case. So, it's 0.1 times 22 is 2.2. Nee? Seker. Who's got the calculator? Som pompie. 0.1 times 22, I'm sure it's going to be 2.2. So you're going to go here and you're going to do a 2 millimeter on either side. And now this one, you can draw all the way from this line down to the end. Same on this one, down to the... Are you keeping up?
So one quick question.
Yes. Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
How do you measure it? It's just times by D.
This height. Okay, it's 2 times M, or 2 times diameter.
Okay, so it's 44.
Yeah. Alright. We're not going to draw the outside yet, because what's going to happen is, on this end here, we're going to have a 45-degree angle. So right on this end here, 45 degrees, move it across, 45 degrees. Fortunately, if you're watching this at home, you can pause me. You guys in class can't pause me, you'll have to keep up, right? Alright, do you see that end there? Can I zoom in for you? Let's just first look at the given. Okay, you can always take that as the given. Alright, so what do we have here? Exactly the same. We've got the first line. Alright, that's the same width as that screw thread. And then a 45 degree. 45 degree. And now I can take this line all the way to the top. Okay, and the last part here that is missing is in fact what happens here. It's a 60-degree end of that screw thread. You're going to flip that another 60 degree. Alright, so let's look at that all the way from the bottom. Make sure here you have a 45 degree. I'll just help you out here. So that is a 45 degree angle. Okay, then this distance here, I'll just do the formulas for you. That distance here is 0.1 times D, whatever D is, in this case it was 22. Alright, then the distance from the bottom here to this line is in fact 2 times D, which is 22 in this instance. Just, sorry, I know this isn't the correct convention, but it's just for you to follow me. Alright, 2 times D for that. Just go up and we'll make another plan. Zoom it out now. This angle here is, you remember? What's Hayuk? 60 degrees. Alright. And then this part here, we have another angle there. Draw it like this. What's that? That's 30 degrees. Alright, and this initial construction lines, they are at 60 degrees. So I'll just do construction. So it's this angle from there to there is 60 degrees also. Okay, and of course that's a flip. So it's a 60 degrees like that. And then you flip it to a 60 degrees for that one. Okay, and that chamfer there is 30 degrees. Alright, let's zoom out to just see how does this look in total. Alright, and the last one here on top, that formula is, can you remember? You can remember what's this formula? Right, that's 1.5 times D. Is this across flat distance. Okay. Alright, let me just double check if I've missed anything. So in here maybe I can remind you that this center here is D. I'm saying D, it can also be M. Same but different. Okay. Alright. Okay, so that's our bolt. Let's continue because in the question here they ask us to do some nuts and washers as well. So we've got again the spacing, and again there is actual standards for this, so I'll talk you through that. The first one here is 10 millimeters down, and then an 18. Let's quickly do all of that. Then there's another 10, then a 4, and another 10. And an 11. Okay, so I'll just do construction lines. There's our washer. Can actually go in and draw that nice and dark so long. I'll give you now the different construction methods. Okay, so that I've done there is based on the measurements that's given. So the top here, it's flat, of course, as it's given. Alright, how would I do the bottom of this? Hoe gaan ek daai onderste deel doen nou hier? I would use exactly the same method that I did for the top. Okay, but I'm upside down now. So I'm going to go from this point and this point. I'm going to do my 60 degrees, even though it goes into the next drawing. Don't be alert. Okay, and that helps me to determine this point, and that point. And I'm going to use my compass again. First the big arc. in the center there. Then the smaller one. They should meet up. Same on this side. Okay, once I've done that, do my 60 degrees, 60 grade daar op die einde. Duidelik en uiteindelik self aan die kant. Onder is daar 'n reguit lyn, at the bottom there's a straight line. And I just complete zip, 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 zip. Now, if they did not give you this measurement, okay, kom ons sê hulle het nie vir jou daai hoogte gegee nie, in hierdie geval het hulle gesê 18, daar is 'n formule vir dit. So, if you want to know this side, they haven't given it to you, but you want to know this side here, okay, there's a formula, it is 0.8 times D. Okay, in this case D was 22. So this is here 0.8 times D. Happy? 0.8 maal deursnee is vir daai hoogte. These measurements people must know. Our washer here, alright, it's a quick draw. They've again given us the measurements. There's the hidden detail here. Hidden detail. Right. This side, if they didn't give it to us, I'll just write it here 0.2 times D. 0.2. 0.2. Okay? Hey, people talking about the size of it. It depends on various if it's the formula here will be 2 times M. So if you're looking for it, I'll write that for you. So this width, if they don't give it to you, I'll just make it here at the bottom. This distance here, if it's not provided to you, okay, will be 2 times diameter, or M. Okay. Alright, then the last one. Now we have again a repeat here. We've got actually a repeat of this first, so we'll have to do a double draw here. I hope you guys can still see because there's such a lot of lines drawn. Let's quickly do that. So from this corner, 60 degrees, construction line, flip it, construction line, come back here, construction line. Okay, I'm going to first do the one side and then I'm going to redraw to do the flip side just for the sake of not confusing myself. So there's the first one. Nice bigger arc. Right, now the smaller arc, just like we did previously, same steps. It helps for you to have a compass that's accurate. Of course, that's going to make a difference here, I'm sure, for most of you. Alright, 60 degree here at the end. Same on this end. All the way through. And now I have to repeat that to the other side. So I'm going to flip my triangle. I'm going to do exactly the same. Where they meet. This is all construction. You see why I said let's do one at a time? Because it's getting a bit confusing here. A lot of lines. Can I zoom in for you a bit? Okay, so that's second round. This one is for this arc. This one is for that arc. So let's do that quickly. First the big one. Right, so this construction method, regardless of your grade, you will have to be able to draw this. This is a key, oops, sorry. part of engineering, graphics and design. All right, 60 degree here. I'm going to show you actual bolt quickly, so you just see here. Here's two examples. Right, do you see the similarities? Let's go here from the top. You see there's a three-sided one. See the similarities? I mean, if you buy probably a better quality one, it might look much easier to identify, but there's the three sides. Look at that 60 degree angle on either side, the flat top here, and those two ends that you see here. There's another example. So very realistic. That's when they ask us two sides. That's when they ask us three sides. On your shaft, okay, this is probably not the best one to showcase it, because but you see there's that end of that screw thread indicated, and of course this is a coach screw. It's not a traditional bolt. So you don't have all the features, but just the end there. Okay, but the important part is that top part. And then we have down here our different components. This side here, the formula here is 0.5. times T. Okay, so just remember all these different components, and that is how you yourself will actually draw a bolt and a nut and a washer in engineering, graphics and design. All right, now it's your turn. Thank you for watching. Cheers.